Hello, my dear ladies. Hello, my dear gentlemen. Grace Kelly, Princess Grace of Monaco. Since I'm constantly complimented on my style and elegance, and often hear that I resemble Grace Kelly, I've decided to learn more about her. I don't want to discuss her biography, it's on Wikipedia, but rather share a few things that struck me about her life. She had a German mother, Margaret Meyer, and an American father, Jack Kelly, and 3 siblings. Her father worked his way up from a simple bricklayer to a wealthy construction entrepreneur and was also a successful athlete. The family moved to Philadelphia into a villa. Grace was raised with strict discipline. Discipline, ambition, and determination were considered virtues in the family. Because of her German heritage, the children called their mother the Prussian general. Later, she said that while her father was strict, he never hit her. That was her mother's job. I briefly looked at some photos of her mother, Margaret. My brief analysis is this. The mother was a tough, calculating, and ambitious woman. I found her unpleasant. Grace Kelly, on the other hand, was also ambitious, but in a completely different way than her mother. She was gentle and feminine. Now, one point I noticed. As Grace Kelly grew older, she seemed to me to have become more and more typically German. After her marriage and the birth of her 3 children, her style and elegance changed, in my opinion. They were no longer as dominant as they had been during her time as an actress. Her clothing became very conservative, and her figure also changed. Over the years, she gained some weight, and in some photos, she appears matronly to me. While she was still a beautiful woman with even features, her special radiant aura was, for me, no longer there. I believe a significant factor was her forced withdrawal from Alfred Hitchcock's film Marnie. She clearly lacked artistic validation. I also read that she had started drinking. Grace Kelly's heyday, for me, was her great film success. She possessed everything a woman could dream of. Beauty, grace, charm, a first-class figure, and success. In 1955, she won an Oscar. Numerous men were at her feet, and there are also rumors that she had many male acquaintances. All of this may understandably have led to Grace Kelly appearing and perhaps actually being somewhat arrogant. One of her last films before her marriage was To Catch a Thief with Cary Grant, with whom she shared a close friendship. After her early death, Grant said that Grace had changed with age. She was unhappy with her appearance, but especially with her weight gain. She hated getting older. Her marriage to Prince Rainier seemed to have been happy. They had 3 wonderful children and lived in a fairy tale castle high above Monaco. But she missed the arts, or rather acting. And I also read that Prince Rainier was said to have been domineering. Well, one mustn't forget, it was a different time. In short, I bear no resemblance to Grace Kelly whatsoever. She was also much older than me and from a completely different generation. But we are connected by art, style, elegance, and discipline. I'd like to make a video about the women of the princely house of Monaco soon. And one thing I've already noticed is arrogance. Have a wonderful weekend.